Fog Entertainment back with another movie review, and this time it is time for Signs. And this one came out in 2002, 20 years ago, starring Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix, and a few other people that you might recognise, to be perfectly honest. But it's to do with an alien invasion, and it's a weird one because it's like, it's not really. It's like, it's almost a comedy. Like, it almost actually is a comedy, but we follow former Reverend Mel Gibson. He's living on this like farmland with his brother. His wife's not long dead, and he's got his two kids with him. He's got Bo and Morgan, and the kid, especially the wee girl, like, does a really good role here of being a kid. I usually get kid actors and they just absolutely suck, if we're being perfectly honest, but did really well. But basically, they're woken up one day and there's this massive sign in their like cornfield. It turns out that this has been happening all out around the world, but everyone's thinking it's hoaxes. Like the police officer, Officer Paskey, basically says that to him. We see flashbacks of Mel Gibson, the Reverend Graham, driving home, and then like we basically get glimpses and flashbacks into like the night his wife died, but we don't actually see like the full thing until it like fits in with the end of the movie. But basically, of course, he's a Christian man. He's a reverend. He doesn't really want to believe this shit, but you know it's going to happen. And then as they're in town, I don't know. It's not that like two brothers can't look after one set of their kids. It just seems like a weird dynamic. You never really see it in movies. I'm not saying it's weird in real life, but in terms of movies, like, I'm trying to think of a fucking. I mean, The Last of Us do it in the game. Guess happened in The Walking Dead, kind of with Rick and Shane looking after Carol for like start of season 2. All right, maybe Stevie's wrong. All right, maybe I'm wrong, right? But as this alien invasion's happening, you know, there's like we see the scene where we spot Ray Reddy, and it turns out this is the guy who killed his wife in the car crash. I guess this. But that's what gets me. He fell asleep at the wheel, and he's not doing jail time? I mean, did I miss the scene where Big Reverend Mel Gibson turned around and said, "Hell no, I don't want to press charges." I don't think that's how it works. I mean, it wasn't a fucking robbery. I mean, the guy killed your wife at the end of the day, and we're just letting it slide. And also Merle. The way they spell Merle, Merrill. But yeah, then we get the scene where Mel Gibson basically heads over to confront, they get the doctor for Big Morgan, and then he spots Ray Reddy there, and they basically talk about his wife, and then we get more like scenes leading up to it where he arrives on the scene. She's being held together by the car that's crashed into her. She was on a jog. And as we're about to see her, it cuts back and he goes into the house. Ray Reddy says that he's going to try and stay away from the aliens, protect himself by going close to water, because apparently the rumours are they didn't like water. But Mel Gibson goes into the house. He's like, who's in there? He's like, Ray Reddy's like, I hit one of them pretty bad. Mel Gibson's like using the mirror to check, as he can't see it, and then it puts his hand underneath. He hits it with a knife, comes back, and when he comes back, we do get that infamous scene where Merle is sitting with both the kids with the tinfoil hats. I thought this was funny, but it was like a good movie in terms of like seeing how like you can be indoctrinated by the media. But it comes quickly apparent that this isn't like a hoax, and it's very much legit, and it's not like COVID, you know. So that was intriguing. But what's really sad, also at the start of the movie, like one of the dogs becomes weird, and Morgan kills it, which I thought was pretty sad. And then like we'll just move on straight on to the finale here. They're like boarding up the house, and then they hear the aliens approaching, and they let the aliens kill their fucking dog. That doesn't sit right with me. Like they literally they realise, oh fuck, we forgot the dog, and then for like a minute we hear like the dog like barking, and they don't do anything. Like, I get it, right? If they go out, you have to prioritise your kids probably, right? But fuck me, man, you know, you're prepared for this attack, you're waiting for this attack, get the dog in the house. That was sad, man. And then when the dog died, it's like they didn't even give a fuck. You know what I mean? See, that was me. I'd been running out there with a double barrel shotgun, fucking dropping aliens left, right and centre. They don't even like war, albeit they didn't know it at that point, but to be fair, Ray Reddy did mention that. We get the finale. I mean, the whole house plan doesn't go according to plan. The aliens manage to get in. They go down to the basement. Morgan has a fucking panic attack. It's the morning after. Joaquin goes out to see if there's anything going on. He's like, nope, we're alright, come up, we'll get him his medicine. But as they're coming up the stairs, there's an alien. And then we cut to the scene where he says his goodbye to his wife, and the last thing his wife said is, swing at it, Merle, or something along those lines. And then he realizes, oh wait, everything does happen for a reason. And then he swings. Good night. Hits the alien, hits the water, and then all the water that Bo had around the place ends up dropping on the alien and killing it. But yeah, the humans win in the end. They didn't actually get battered that much, I guess, when water, I mean, literally a kid with a water gun could take out these aliens, so I mean, they're not exactly that dangerous. I mean, they're dangerous, but they're not that dangerous. We also had, like, the last meal, which was sad, and Mel Gibson broke down, and the kids hugged him and shit. And all that good stuff, you know. But anyway, I mean, I thought it was pretty good, to be perfectly honest. But it's a weird movie. It kind of just ends with him killing the alien. You know, it's like, if a movie could ever be 6 out of 10, it would be this movie. Not a lot happens, but it's alright. And that's the bottom line.